Hey guys, it's Alex Combow here. I'm bringing you guys a very informal video tonight because my future videos are going to have motion graphic design in them, and right now I'm learning the software. So because of that, I actually did not make my content very easily transferable to my usual style of videos for Thursday, so I'm going to actually record a video for you, and hopefully next week you guys will have some awesome motion graphic content. And as far as the shakiness goes, I'm recording this by hand. I wanted to do it a little bit more informal, just to see how the metrics do. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So, per usual, I usually put together a series of quotes for you guys on Thursday. So today, the first quote that I'm going to bring to you guys is, "Hard work is sweet like honey." If you work hard, then you will start to notice that you're feeling better. Especially if you're doing something that you're passionate about, you'll notice that you're feeling a little bit more fulfilled than you were before. If you're not doing something that you were passionate about, it's easy to get burnt out. But when you are, it's so easy to just kind of lose track of time, to look at the clock at 7 o'clock and then look at the clock at 9 o'clock and be like, whoa, where did all that time go? This whole time I thought, it was still 7. I forgot to eat dinner because I've been so focused on what I'm doing. And that's an example of how hard work is really sweet. It's something that the soul almost craves. Of course, there are times when you need to take breaks, but for the most part, hard work is very sweet and something that we are very interested in and will improve us as human beings. So the next point I want to bring to you guys is be silent and listen to the whispers of the antique. The people around you, the older people specifically, have a tendency to get shoved off by the younger generation. But I find that the older generation have so much more wisdom that they can teach us that we don't even think about, because this is especially true nowadays because the internet is such a new thing. And we look at old people who didn't have the internet before and we think that nothing they say will be applicable to us because they didn't have this mass network of infinite people out there. They only had their small network. But I would actually argue that it's better to listen to their opinions because they can tell you of the time when there was only a small network of people and when it really came down to how interpersonal you were. And that's how you got jobs. That's how you made the sale. That's how you did all of these things, because it was a quieter time. And I think that as salespeople, as business people, it's good to get that fresh perspective because we're so used to the internet. And another thing about this is this personality can be used on the internet. When you're messaging people, when you're talking to people, you can just kind of use the interpersonal personality that you are taught by elder people, you know what I mean? And there's other wisdom that they can give you as well, but I think that communication is one of the very strong points that they can give you, because if you notice, they had a lot more close friends growing up than we have now. I know a lot of people that are very reclusive people that don't have a lot of close friends just because of the way the world is. And it's ironic if you think about it. You would think with the internet being around, people would be, all they would want to do is socialize because they have such an easy access to socialization. But unfortunately, that's not true. So I think a good way to get around this is, I wouldn't say teach yourself to be extroverted, but I would say try and learn some traits that extroverts have and keep your introverted personality as well, because that'll give you an edge on other business people. Now, the next quote I want to give you is, "Smile like you mean it." Did you know that one of the very first things we're able to do when we're born is smile? I mean, okay, I get it. The first thing the doctors try to make you do is cry and yada, yada, yada. And, that's kind of a sobering thing to realize, is that we come into this world crying. But it's weird to think about the fact that, you can't even open your eyes, but you can smile. And so many health studies have been linked to the fact that smiling actually adds time onto your life. It removes stress and it adds time onto your life. But in order to really get the full potential of this, you have to get other things right in your life as well. You have to get your environment right, and you have to get your circumstances right that you're in. You have to get your diet right. because the brain is a series of chemical reactions, and if the chemistry in the brain is wrong, then you're just portraying a hollow smile. And it kind of does you a little bit of good, but if you're just putting a band-aid on the wound, that doesn't heal it. And that's all having a hollow smile does, is it puts a band-aid on the wound. And what you really want to do is actually be able to cure that wound. So that kind of leads into my next quote, though, which is, environment determines who you are. Where you are determines where you're going to be. As people, we like to become like our environment due to our natural need for social acceptance. So if our environment is an environment of people that are, not doing much, doing drugs, drinking, if that's the environment that you're in, that's the environment that you are naturally going to lean towards. And if you are that type of person and you're trying to get away from drugs, get away from drinking, then a good way to start improving yourself is to actually take yourself out of that environment and put yourself into more of the environment that you're looking for. You can go to the other extreme and go with straight edge people, or, all those different things. But that's one of the reasons why rehabilitation actually works so well, is because they take you out of that environment of that group of people that you're in, and then they put you in a clean environment. But on the flip side, that's also why when you get out of rehab, there's a lot of people that actually go back into the drugs or the drinking that they were in before. And that's because when they got back, even though they were gone away from their environment for a period of time, they got back and they naturally just slowly put themselves back in that environment because that's where they were more comfortable. So if you're trying to do this, you need to understand that you need to change your environment, and you need to have the desire to change your environment to grow. Which leads me to my last quote. As people, we tend to not be open to change, but we need to open ourselves up to change. We need to be willing and accepting of change, because most of the time, changing is going to improve our circumstances. Not always. There's good change and there's bad change, but a lot of the times, even if it's good change, we're still afraid of it. And we need to be able to accept this good change, because the unwillingness to accept this change is what holds us back from becoming better human beings. It's what holds us back from learning more. It's what holds us back from pursuing our passions, pursuing our dreams, and growing our businesses. And it's really what holds us back from becoming our full potential. We have so much potential, but the fact that so many people are unwilling to actually change to become that potential is what really makes people not ever reach their potential. So I hope this video found you guys well. If you guys liked it, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to it, leave a comment below. I know it's informal, like I said, but I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. I'm trying something a little bit different this time. So yeah, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys on Monday. Bye.